We got tons of new WWE 2K23 info, and I gotta say, no. Since when? 2K, why can't you embrace Hulk Hogan's boldness? What is this? In real life, it shines bright like a diamond. For the most part, WWE 2K23 is actually looking pretty good. We got some very positive info on Universe mode, GM mode, and also the gameplay. But when it comes to the trailer, it all looks good, but I just didn't really feel like it gave us anything new. It basically looks like WWE 2K22 with updated attires. I even saw comments saying this is basically WWE 2K22 DLC. I don't agree, but I get where you're coming from. This trailer, even though it looked cool, it didn't really show us anything new except for the war games. Last year it was interesting because we got these new graphics, and now since the game looks identical basically for the most part, I don't know. Not sure how I feel about it. Thankfully, we got a brand new John Cena attire. I don't know what's 2K's obsession with this one. Every year, even on this year's cover, Roman is looking really good this year. One of the biggest improvements I'm seeing, I could be blinded right here, but I feel like the skin looks a lot better. And even in some shots, you can see a lot of sweat. And that's one of the major WWE 2K23 improvements you will see when they get tired. And I can't wait to see how that looks. Bad Bunny is in the game! Oh yes, I'm gonna pre-order to play as Bad Bunny. It's okay. It's okay. Not for me, but awesome. We got a 4-man bloodline entrance. That's what you love to see, the reflection. That's the biggest graphical improvement in my opinion. Even in Cody's entrance, you can see the reflection of the Titantron. The lighting looks kind of better in WWE 2K23. And when it comes to Cody's entrance, let's talk about the entrance first, okay? First of all, it looks great. But, as always, there's stuff to nitpick. No interactions with the crowd, which is understandable. Where's the pyro? Where's the entrance pyro? And then when we get the pyro, it's just, how do I put this? It's just not the same, is it? It's just not the same. But like I've said, I'm nitpicking. That's my job. All in all, the model looks incredible, and it's awesome to see Cody in WWE 2K23. Let's get back to the trailer. I love what Roman did with hair right here. Is that an entrance? Is that an animation? I'm not sure, but I think that's kind of impressive. Again, Cody's model looks absolutely incredible in this game. I don't recall Cody wrestling with that attire in WWE though. When? Some models do look bad. Could be just the lighting, but oh my god, that is not a good model. Not a big fan of these inconsistencies. Rhea Ripley is looking good, and this is a faction entrance. Although I'm not seeing Dum Dum. Where's Dum? Logan Paul, of course, is in the game. We can probably expect a better moveset this year. It's kind of interesting how they have these new gameplay details, but they're not showing anything new. They're showing something we've seen already. Like, for example, you can now taunt with weapons. That's great. You get tired. That's great. New pin system. Well, okay, it doesn't fit this trailer. So you can now use Cody's cutter as a finisher. I absolutely love the fact that we're getting war games. It will be played in this generic war games arena or at Survivor Series and one more, which they haven't announced. I love that. I know it's a lot of work, and I appreciate that. But advertising it as such a big deal, even though for years before 2K series we got a bunch of interesting, match types, and it was never actually like a big deal. And nowadays it's like, it's a brand new game mode. Even though we used to get that shit all the time, they still didn't give a special guest referee. I'm nitpicking, that's my job. I'm actually feeling very positive about this game. It's a better version of WWE 2K22, and 2K22 was good. And it seems like War Games is actually gonna be fun. Sammy looks kinda outdated. Again, what's the matter with Hogan's hair? Like, seriously. That's not how he looked. He looked actually better with his shiny, bright diamond spot. Again, it seems like the lighting is a little bit better, and maybe that's all the graphic improvements we need right now. I really love these shots from the Raw arena. It could be just, editing, but right here I can actually feel like it's a different game. I guess the lighting has a bit more contrast. I don't know, so that's how I feel about the trailer. I feel like we didn't get enough new characters being showed, and I feel like I didn't get anything new. But again, for a casual, that's really all you need, right? So I just looked a few more times at the trailer, and there are some interesting details. For example, like a new spear animation, which is something I wanted to see for years. Also weapons in war games, which you probably already knew, but I'm happy to see weapons like a stop sign inside war games. And you gotta love that smooth throw. I also don't like the fact that they used the current Hulk Hogan's face on the retro version, so hair is not the only problem right here. Also, I don't understand why would they use this version of Shawn Michaels. This is the exact same model from WWE 2K23. It even has the Eddie Guerrero tribute. I absolutely love the covers of WWE 2K23 this year, especially the Icon edition. This goes hard, man. And his Spinner Championship in 2023. That's wild. 2K Showcase mode is going to be a lot different. Now we have to face John Cena instead of being John Cena, which sounds good, but unfortunately, I don't think we're getting the Randy Orton versus John Cena from like 2007. But there's still DLC. We might get the Legend Killer Randy Orton. MyGM in WWE 2K23. More GMs to choose from, which is not even that big of a deal. You can create your own. Additional show options. That's interesting. Hopefully we have even more freedom. Multiple seasons. Absolutely awesome. Expanded match cards. Again, something that was desperately needed as well. More match types for up to 4 players. I didn't necessarily understood this sentence. For up to 4 players. Are you talking about the matches? Or are you talking about 4 players as in you can have 4 GMs? Because that's what I really want. I want not only Raw versus SmackDown, I want Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. Also, I'm not hearing anything about the Midcard Championship. Maybe they didn't talk about that because it's kind of obvious it should have been already in the game. Also, what I'm also not seeing is trades. Again, that could be an additional show options. So, it's looking good. It's looking exactly what WWE 2K22's GM mode should have looked like. But anyway, I'm not gonna complain. I can't wait to try it out. Universe mode is getting some major improvements. Now you can actually set up cutscenes before the match, which is something I talked about years ago. Instead of promos, just give us an option to do backstage assaults or, you know, attack before the match, after the match. It's great. It kind of reminds me of Story Designer. But I do have one minor issue. Are we still getting random cutscenes? Because if we're not, that's kinda lame. But finally something! Universe mode has been touched! So yeah, that's all I got for you today. All in all, excited about the game. I don't wanna overhype it. That's always a major issue. We get too excited. And I believe we're gonna get more info on GM mode, Universe mode in the future because they didn't really go in depth. Thank you for watching this video with the Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.